Beloved, I want you to feel the fire inside you. It flickers. It refuses silence. It does not bow to stillness. This is the shadow of provocation. It is alive in you. It rattles the bars. It kicks against walls. It whispers that peace is too quiet. You know this restlessness well. You have lived with it since you were small. It shows up in sarcasm, in the sly remark, in the poke that tests the waters, and in the jab that cuts a little too deep. Others may not understand. They may think that you are trying to wound. They may call it insensitivity or immaturity or aggression. But I tell you, that is not what it is. Underneath the sharpness, underneath the impatience, underneath the need to stir, there is a longing, a hunger for freedom, a thirst for spirit, a deep ache to break open the illusion. You're not provoking because you want conflict. You're provoking because you cannot bear to stay asleep. You cannot bear numbness. You cannot sit inside cages. Every time you press, every time you stir, every time you push against someone's walls, you are asking them, are you awake? Are you alive? Do you feel the fire too? And beloved, here's the truth. The shadow is not here to harm you. It is not a flaw. It is not your enemy. It is your spirit in disguise. It is the ember refusing to let you forget who you are. It is the divine spark shaking you, saying, don't you dare go numb. Yes, it can cause friction. Yes, it can unsettle relationships. And yes, it can spill out as conflict. But at the heart of it, the shadow carries a holy purpose. It is the holy discomfort of spirit. It is the pressure that keeps you awake. It is the whisper that says, there is so much more than this. So do not shame yourself for provocation. Do not try to silence it. Do not run from it. Instead, pause. Listen. Ask. What freedom is this pointing me toward? What illusion is this trying to crack open? What doorway is hidden here? I want you to remember this. Provocation is not a curse. It's a spark. It's a beginning. It is the first step on the path that leads you home. And beloved, when you learn to pause with provocation, when you listen instead of lashing, when you hold the restlessness with love, it transforms. It becomes the gift of dynamism. Dynamism is energy in motion. It's the restless spark finding its rhythm. It is the fire moving with purpose. You were never meant to be still. You were never meant to drift through life untouched. You were born to stir, to shift, to ignite. When provocation matures into dynamism, you stop pressing buttons to create conflict. And instead, you start moving energy to create life. Dynamism is the gift of awakening. It makes you a catalyst. It turns your presence into a spark. And through dynamism, when you enter a room, things shift. People wake, energy stirs, hearts open. And you know this is true. You have seen it. Your words ripple through people. Your laughter stirs courage. And your presence calls out what has been sleeping. This is your gift. It's not to irritate, but to inspire. Not to wound, but to awaken. Not to break down, but to move forward. Dynamism is creation. It is momentum. It is your spirit refusing to let life stagnate. So when you notice yourself feeling that itch to provoke, ask instead, how can I move this energy? How can I stir it into motion? How can I let it create instead of destroy? Do not fight the restlessness. Channel it. You don't have to learn to be still. You have to learn to channel that energy, to dance with it, to let it move through you like breath, like music, like fire. You are a mover of energy, and you are a shaker of worlds, and you are a bringer of life. So let your dynamism flow, and in doing so, you will always be aligned with Spirit's pulse. And now, beyond provocation, beyond dynamism, lies the deepest truth of all: liberation. Liberation is what your restlessness has always been seeking. Liberation is what your provocations were pointing toward. It is the true end of the path. Liberation is freedom. Not the kind that runs away, not the kind that breaks change just for the thrill. No. Liberation is knowing the chains were never real to begin with. Liberation is the laughter that bubbles up in suffering. And it is the joy that can never be stolen. Liberation is the play that never ends. In liberation, you see the game clearly. You see that life has always been play. You see that provocation was never your flaw, but it was your teacher. It was the spark that woke you up. Liberation is the state where nothing binds you. Not fear, not circumstance, not pain, and not loss. In liberation, your essence is unbound. It always has been, and it always will be. This is why laughter feels so sacred to you. This is why play feels holy. Because they are. They always have been. They are the sound of freedom. They are the vibration of your true being. Beloved, I want you to remember that every irritation you face, every obstacle, every person who triggers you, these are all doorways. They're doorways that are giving you a chance to remember, a chance to embody, a chance to feel that you are already free. Feel that in you. I am already free. And when you remember, liberation floods you. With each remembrance, it floods you, and it fills your breath. It softens your bones. It lifts your heart into song. The lack of freedom is and always has been an illusion, because you are already free. Feel that again. I am already free. This is your truth. This is your essence. This is your home. Liberation. So where do you go from here? How do we integrate provocation, dynamism, and liberation? Well, beloved, here's the way forward. When provocation arises, instead of letting it slip out and saying whatever comes to mind first, we pause. And we don't run from provocation. Do not explode. And we sure as hell don't shame it. No. We just pause. And listen. And in pausing and listening, we let the provocation teach us. Let it teach you. Let each noticing of provocation show you the doorway. And then you move it. You stir it. You dance with it. You let that provocation become dynamism. And in doing so, you let it awaken what is asleep within you. And then you let that ripple through you, through others, through the world around you. And finally, you let it go. You release it. You laugh. You play, and you sing, because you remember you are free. This is your path, and this is your practice. This is your truth, dear one. Provocation is your spark. Dynamism is your gift. And liberation is your essence. So breathe it in. Anchor it in your bones. Carry it in your steps. And remember always, you were never caged. That was an illusion. It always is an illusion. You were never bound. You were never small. You were born to stir life awake. You were born to carry laughter as medicine. And you were born to live free. And so you shall. I love you.